What's going on, everybody? It's the CNG Podcast. Y'all know who this is. It's your boy G Walker, and I got my partner with me. You know, CJ.
And what's up, everybody, man? What's going on? What's good? What's good on this beautiful coming up weekend? Hey, I'm excited for the weekend.
Yeah, and we got our girl with it, the lady of CNG Podcast, Internet, aka Sugar and Vodka. How you doing today?
I'm good. It's Friday. It's All-Star Weekend. Let's do it.
Right, and before we get into what we're going to get into, what we giving y'all today, we're not giving y'all the losses that the Bulls did. The Bulls had. We had 6 losses in a row. What we giving y'all tonight is talk pieces. We're going to be talking about this talk piece. We're going to be talking about this one and that one, and there's a bunch of other talk pieces that we're going to be going through. Before we give you guys everything, we're going to give you guys this intro, the CNG intro, and after that, we're going to get to it. Are y'all ready?
Ready.
Let's get it cracking.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yo. What's up, everybody? This is G Walker, one half of the CNG Podcast.
And I'm CJ, the other half of the CNG Podcast.
All right, and just like that, we back here. We back to it. This is what's going on. It's been 6 crazy losses in a row. I don't know what's going on with this team. Like we said, we're not going to get into all the losses. We're just going to give y'all a little bit more, so we have to focus on this quarter. They lost. They was winning by 10. They was winning by 6. They was winning by 2. Now they losing by 4. Now they losing by 6. They done lost the game. So we giving y'all today is just talk pieces. We're going to give you our thoughts. We're going to give you our opinions. So CJ, ready, man? Let's go, big dog. What we got? What's the first one right here?
Man, we got I guess Zach LaVine saying that there's a lot more frustration team to watch in the East than the Bulls. Okay.
So, since we got the lady at CNG, we're going to ask her how she feel about this quote right here. Sugar, what you got for us?
Obviously, he's playing in the games. He's not sitting at home watching them because this is the most frustrating team in the NBA right now.
Yes, it is. It is the most frustrating team. CJ, what you think about this quote right here, big dog?
Man, we can definitely see there's a lot of frustration, but when is it gonna start generating to wins? When are these guys gonna start coming together? I mean, I don't know, G Walker. When is it gonna end?
It's gonna end.
Okay, there we go.
It's gonna end when he decides to be a fucking $250 million man. But Zach LaVine decides. He decides to say, hey, I'm going to close the fourth quarter. I'm going to close the game. That's when the team won't be as frustrated. Him as the guy that they paid this much money for to be the guy. They didn't pay him for 1 quarter, 2nd quarter, 3-quarter action. They paid you that much money for you to be the closer in the fourth. Since DeMar has been out of the lineup, we haven't closed the game without DeMar. We've been losing with DeMar and without DeMar. So I don't know, man. Anybody else got anything to say about this right here?
Let me piggyback off of that. Can we just say that Zach LaVine is overpaid? Because we keep bringing up the $250 million, and he's not playing like a $250 million player. Everybody keeps saying that he has a low IQ. I hear a lot of Bulls analysts saying the same thing, and we see it now. It's his shot making, his decision making at the end of games. You know, a $250 million player is not going to make those decisions. So to me, the Bulls dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah, I can honestly say with you that he might be a little bit overpaid, man, because the things that you pay that guy that much money for, you shouldn't be seeing from them. You should be seeing closing. You should be seeing him hitting free throws, him making sound decisions with the ball. It seems like every fourth quarter, Zach LaVine doesn't do that. It seems like it's the things that you expect a guy that paid this much money to do, he doesn't do them. So I gotta agree, man. He's a little bit overpaid. He's more of a streaky shooter than anything. His escapability is at a 0. To me, is average. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, even James Harden, Kyrie, those guys can escape at a tough defense. I have yet to see Zach LaVine really escape out of defenses when guys are guarding him. So, and I think that's what's handicapped him. But we're going to get into the next talk piece right here. Sugar and Vodka, can you please read this for the people, please?
We keep shooting ourselves in the foot, which is correct.
So what do you feel about that?
It's crazy. Against the Pacers, we were up by 20 points. It was in the first. It was like since the 90s that we closed the first being up by 20. Since the dynasty, and we still couldn't close it out, which is highly embarrassing. And what is going on?
Yeah, CJ, what you got to say about this right here?
First of all, I bet you guys can wish y'all could see my face right now when Sugar and Vodka was breaking that down, because I was sick to my stomach, man. Just basically because what she was saying is correct. You know, we shouldn't have to be seeing the Bulls lose games when they have leads going to the fourth quarter. Them being up by 20 and 15 points, and then just completely losing a game. That's crazy. That's like epic losses right there.
Yeah, I agree with both of you, man. It just seems like, we're losing games that we should win. I can't even say that anymore because we're playing like a bad team. How are we supposed to win games that we're supposed to lose and win at the same goddamn time? We can't shoot ourselves in the foot if we're playing like a 12th seed or a 13th seed or 11th seed. So, but I guess, to piggyback off what, Vooch is pretty much saying, we keep shooting ourselves in the foot. Okay, but what is the reason for that? Is it defense? Is it rebounding? Is it three-point shooting? It's way too much going on to even, break that down.
Yeah,
so we're shooting ourselves in the foot. Go ahead, CJ.
Yeah, I think what it is, man, it's just lack of execution, towards the end of games. I don't know if guys are getting tired. I don't know if the mental focus is gone, but it seemed like mentally this team is just gone by the fourth quarter. Teams are going to make their run. They're going to try to get back in the game, and when teams kind of push back at the Bulls have no answers. Like they don't want to fight back. It's like they go in the corner and just hide there. They don't want to fight back. So
Sugar and Vodka, is that true? Is that what you were saying, Sugar? Like they just fold at the end of a game, right?
Yeah, and they're not. You could see they're not taking the uncontested shots. And for what reason, I don't know. And even if they're open, they struggle at making threes or even going for the threes. There is something going on.
Yeah, man, it just sucks to see them losing games that they should win. Like they start off pretty good and they just end up losing the games at the end. Like I'm personally getting tired of seeing that. But we're gonna keep it moving with you guys right here. And CJ, this is your boy Billy D right here, not Billy D Williams. We're talking about Billy Donovan. The guy that got signed in the offseason in Chicago under a Giordano's restaurant at 5 o'clock in the morning got his extension. Can you read this for the people right here, man? Can you read this for the people? We're going to get into it.
We had so many possessions where we didn't make good decisions. You think?
So we had so many possessions right here, we didn't make any good decisions. CJ, why do you think they didn't make any good decisions? What is going on?
The Bulls don't have a point guard. That's it. They don't have a point guard. Ayo Sumo, I think, will be a good point guard when is more mature, once he has more seasons under his belt. But right now, the Bulls do not have a point guard to lead that offense. Period.
So Sugar and Vodka. So based off basically what you saw, so what do you think about him saying, we had many possessions, we just didn't make good decisions? What do you see that was just so bad about the decision? Was it Zach LaVine? Was it everybody? Was it Ayo? What was going on?
It's everybody. And just a year ago today, it was when DeMar made history, making the 7 straight games of 35 plus points. Ooh. Now he's of course injured, but that's the GOAT's 60th birthday today. Happy birthday, by the way. Yeah. And he was making 50% or better shooting. And now the players, including him when he is playing, again, they're just not taking the shots.
And I gotta agree with you guys. We having so many decisions, possessions, and we're not making good decisions. One, the point guard play is not where it needs to be. Two, like Sugar said, guys are not taking the uncontested shots. They don't have the confidence to take the shots. And to piggyback back at what she said about DeMar DeRozan, he's the dog, he's the alpha, he's the guy that's going to take those tough shots. So that's what we're seeing. We're not seeing any good decisions as far as shot making, as far as passing the ball, as far as shooting the ball, as far as anything. They're not making good decisions, whether it's defense, whether it's offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, rotations, anything. So, and as much as I get on Billy Donovan, I can't really give him that much flack because he's not the one out there shooting threes, shooting twos, playing defense, running back on defense. He's not the one that's really out there doing that. So to completely throw him under the bus and say it's all his fault, I really can't do that because it's the players that got to be accountable. This is supposed to be, a big three, and these guys are not living up to that expectation and that standard. But with that being said, we're going to get into the next one right here, this next talk piece right here. I'm going to read this one right here. It says, we came in and worked to get better. What the hell did you come in and you worked to get better? What did you work at in the 6-game loss that you got better at practice? Did you get better at losing? Did you get better at losing in the fourth quarter? Did you get better at missing defensive assignments? Because that's all we're seeing in games in this 6-game losing streak is the opposite of good, which is bad. You came in and you worked to get better. Okay, what you worked to better at? Ordered lunch? Did y'all order some Harold's chicken? What did y'all do to get better at? Because I don't see anything they got better at in this 6-game losing streak. So to say this right here and therefore not to be positive results, outcomes and stuff like that, this is just a stupid statement. So we're going to go with CJ. CJ, what you think about this statement? We came in and worked to get better.
It's almost to where they want us to get off their backs. They want us to stop because they hear what's going on. They hear what the media, what the fans are saying. The whole thing is that they have to take what they're doing in practice and execute it in games. They're not doing that. Billy Donovan can only coach and do so much. These guys have got to take whatever they're learning in practice and apply it to the game. They're not doing that. So we see like it's like we almost see two different teams out there. It's like first half
right.
We see a team that's completely just on point, doing what they do, and then in the second half we just see a completely different team, and it's been going on for the past several months. It's crazy.
Man, it is. Sugar and Vodka. We came in and we worked to get better. When you go to work every day and they say we came in and we worked to get better, what does that mean? What does this mean by this team? What does that even mean to you? What you've been watching during these games?
Well, this one, it just looks, I think they're just throwing smoke and mirrors because they have not worked on anything to get better at anything, as we can see right now. And but something has to change.
Something does have to change, but we didn't rip these guys a new one. Me, CJ, we've all said our parts about this particular one right here. But CJ, don't we got some footage about another guy that ripped them a new one?
Oh yeah, man. We're gonna get right into that right now. We ain't gonna hold y'all, so let's get into what Mr. David Kaplan had to say about this Chicago Bulls team in their current state.
Stink. They stink, man. And I cannot agree with them more, man. This is what everything we've all been saying about poor shooting and getting blown out. Giannis wasn't even playing that last game. It just seems like these guys are ready to go to Cancun. They're ready to say Cancun on 3. They're ready to go. So, Sugar, what did you think about what Mr. Kaplan said right there?
It's true. Nobody is playing up to their potential. I think DeMar is before his injury, and Vooch is, and Levine, I don't know. He's like half and half. I wouldn't mind if he goes for a trade because I think we could get something for him. But it seems like everything goes smoothly. And then as soon as the other team tries to, makes a big move, it's like a bully and we just cower down and don't want to do anything anymore. And then we're just like, we play scared, it seems like.
Yeah, I agree with you, CJ. What you think about Kaplan, what he said right there, man?
I think what he said was absolutely true. We put so much belief in this front office. I think they put a wool over a lot of our eyes. We had the confidence that they were going to put a team together to be successful. Not just for one season, but for multiple seasons. And we're not. And for some reason, this year has been a complete 180. It's very disappointing to see. And they're definitely going to have to make a move this offseason.
And I got to agree with you, man. They got to make a move because it seems like we don't have any money to pay anybody. You can't let Vooch go. Zach has $215 million. DeMar's still on the hook. Patrick Williams has to be paid. Doesn't Ayo has to be paid? And doesn't Kobe have to be paid? So, Sugar, all these people that need to be paid, who do you see getting paid and who do you see leaving? Do you see Kobe staying, Ayo leaving, or what do you see?
I'd like I said, I see Levine leaving and see what we can get for him. I do not want to see DeMar leave. I do not want to see Vooch leave. That's two certain things.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't want to see Vooch leave. I think we need to extend Vooch. I think we need to keep him because he's been the most consistent Bull on the Chicago Bulls team. He's the one he can actually set up the shooters on the perimeter. Kobe or Zach, we just don't play through him enough because there was a stretch of games in this 6-game losing streak that he didn't touch the ball in like 3 games in the fourth quarter. Am I right about that, CJ? Wasn't it something like that? He wasn't even getting the ball.
You are absolutely correct, and I believe it was the Pacers game when he only took 1 shot in the fourth quarter. That was it. As far as Vooch is concerned, my concern is this: if they don't re-sign Vooch, they may not have a choice but to trade Zach and DeMar DeRozan to get back what they need to get back because you're not going to find a center close to Vooch in free agency coming up this year if you let him go.
And I agree, man. And with that said, we're going to move on to the next overlay, the next talk piece. Now, the Chicago Bulls, if everybody knows, have been having trouble with the point guard position for years. We even said it on the last show that the Chicago point guard position is cursed, starting with Jay Williams, who hurt himself on a motorcycle, Derrick Rose, who tore his ACL, Lonzo Ball, who looked like he needs 2 new legs or something. I don't know what's going on with him. But there's been speculation around the NBA doing the trade deadline and the buyout that we could be going after this guy right here, Russell Westbrook. I think that he could actually help this team. He's a dog. He's an alpha. He's not going to defer to DeMar or Zach or Vooch. He's going to go try to do something with the ball aggressively. So I think that this would be a good move for the Chicago Bulls just to get a fan something at the end of the year to hope, to give our spirits a boost. You know what I mean? But I'm going to go with CJ. What you think about this right here, man? Let's get Russell.
I would like to see it happen, but I just don't think it's going to happen. The reason why, because you see what's going on these last 6 games. What are the Bulls really playing for? Because right now, I mean, they're not in the play-in, so what are they playing for? Play-in. So I don't know if Russell's going to be 100%, geared up to be playing for a play-in. I think he wants to get to the playoffs, period, and play for a championship. And this Bulls team with all the injuries and everybody playing so inconsistent, I just don't see it. But I really hope he does decide to come here, but I'm 50-50 on it. I don't think he's going to do it, but we'll see.
What do you think, Shug? You think we got a chance at getting Russ on the buyout?
He's an explosive guard, and I think that's exactly what we need. So I'm hoping we can get him, but who knows? But at least we're in the talks and the word on the street. So I don't know. And the Clippers are not. So
I don't know about that. The Clippers just waived a guy from their team as a player from their team to make room for a roster spot for somebody.
The word on the street, though, is the Clippers are out of the talks and the Wizards, Heat, and us. So, but we'll see. We shall see. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned because they just got rid of a roster spot. So, and it's almost a playoff. So we'll see. We will see. And before we get into the last thing right here, we're going to get into this right here. CJ, what's this right here? Our second-year guard, Raid the Rising Stars, man, before we get out of here. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, Ayo made the little Rising Stars game. I guess it splits up like 7 players into 4 teams. He actually got invited to that after a player got injured. So I just wanted to let that be known. Congratulations to Ayo Sumo for making that. Of course, congratulations to DeMar DeRozan for making the All-Star team. But I know both of those guys, they really want to win. And I know they're going to have fun this weekend. But I think especially with those 2 guys, DeMar and Ayo, their main focus is going to try to get this team back on track. I think Ayo has great leadership qualities. Of course, we see DeMar with the leadership qualities. So hopefully they can get this team back on track and get them going where they're supposed to be going.
Yeah, I feel you. So what do you think about this Rising Stars right here, Sugar? Ayo making the team.
It makes it exciting, and I hope they do great.
Yeah, me too. He was he was a replacement pick for this game, for this Rising Star. I think he got hurt. So, it's something that, the fans can say, hey, well, at least one of our guys made it. Somebody's in something on the Rising Stars. So this was a good show. We covered everything. We was on a six game losing streak. I hope it ends. I hope they pick it back up second half of the season. I really want to see DeMar DeRozan come back to what he was last season. Show us that all-star, that prime MJ. He was Michael Jordan pretty much last season. Can you give us a little bit of that second half of the season? Can you get your legs healthy, get your body healthy, man, so we can make a nice run, at least to get into the play-in game? That's all I want to see. That's what I want to see after the All-Star break. Sugar and Vodka, what do you want to see after the All-Star break?
Same thing. I want to see DeMar DeRozan. Last year at this time, he was in MVP talks. And this year, not so much. So, yeah, I want to see his fire back. I want to see him being himself back. And I want him to bring the Bulls back.
I got to agree. I totally agree with everything. CJ, what you want to see after the All-Star game? I mean, after the All-Star break before we get up out of here, man?
The Bulls got like 24 games left. Are you going to play like a professional team or are you going to play like a JV high school team? Which one are you going to do? Because I'm waiting. The time is ticking. Tick, 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 tick. I'm waiting. So let's see what happens.
All right. It's been a good show. We gave you guys, rapid fire talk pieces. We didn't want to get into the losses too much because, hey, it's too much. It's too much at this point. But that's going to do it for us. I'm G Walker, one third of the CNG Podcast, and this is my buddy right here, my dog, my ace.
Man, you know what it is, CJ, man. The other half of the second or third of CNG Podcast, trying to make it positive, but we really can't.
Right. And we got the final piece, the least but not last. Our girl, tell them who you are and where they can find you at.
Sugar and Vodka, and I'm found on every social platform.
All right. That's it for us. We're going to hit you with these two commercials. We're going to hit you with the Sugar and Vodka, then we're going to hit you guys with the outro commercial. And that's it. If you guys don't have anything else, I don't have anything else. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Peace.
We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Yes.
2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Sugar and Vodka, and so happy to be on the CNG Podcast. Bear down, Chicago.